Over midwinter break, our phone system is going to be upgraded to support 911 calls directly from the classrooms. In the past, incoming calls were directed by the office to voice messaging during the school day so that teachers were not interrupted. At the end of the day, the office could turn that system off, and so the incoming calls would go directly to the classrooms and the teachers could receive those calls. They also had the ability to take individual calls during the day and route around the messaging so the teacher could receive those calls. The impact of this was that if a teacher called 911 from the classroom and 911 then tried to locate the source of that call by calling back, they would get the office and have no idea where in the building the call had come from. If they arrived at the school to respond to the 911 call, they would also not know where in the building the call had been made and therefore where the problem was. In this new system, if a teacher does call from a classroom, 911 has the ability to call back to that classroom and know specifically what room the call was made from, and so they would be able to respond directly to the incident. This does have an impact now on how calls are routed. The office is no longer involved. The teachers are going to have to program their own phones so that they can forward their calls to messaging when they need to, and can turn that feature off so they can receive calls when they're available. Therefore, teachers need to learn how to program their phones so that a single button on their phone can be used to forward calls to messaging, and then when the button is pushed again, to turn off the forwarding calls to messaging so they can receive calls. The following video will show you exactly how to program your phone, which is really a very easy process and only has to be done once. Then you'll have a button on your phone that you can use to forward to messaging or to turn off forwarding. Let's take a look at the video. You're going to push the super key, which will take you into programming. For phone book, you'll say no, and then call forwarding, you'll say yes. And then you're going to go always. This one's programmed already, so you're going to have to change the program, then program, and then type in 5,000, which means that it's going to forward to your messaging, and then click save. Now you're going to push the super key to get out of this, and push the super key to go back in. You're going to push no again, and for call forwarding, you're also going to push no. And the next thing that comes up is going to be personal keys, and you're going to push yes because you're going to program a personal key. So push a key, and then hopefully if it's unused, you push change. And now you have to cycle through until you find the correct message, which is quite a number of pushes. And it's going to say call forwarding always, and you say yes. And now that key is saved, and you push the super key and you're done. So now when you push that key, the light will go on and your messages are forwarded to messaging. And when you push it again, it turns it off so that the calls will ring through. When you push the button and your calls are forwarded to messaging, your phone will not ring, and all calls will go directly to your message system. And then again, during the day when you push that and turn it off, those calls will now come directly to your classroom. That's as simple as it gets. So if you have any questions, please let us know. Otherwise, program your phones and you are now in charge.